Hi, I'm Damian. I work for Cyberis as a junior consultant. I first heard or learned about cybersecurity when I was about 11 to 12, because I was playing quite a lot of games on the computer. So I got really into coding, and then I heard cybersecurity. And yeah, that kind of took my interest from there. So what made me want to work in cybersecurity? I think it's a really exciting world which constantly changes. So at the same time, we get to help other people secure their businesses, but also I get to learn every single day. Every single day I learn something new, which is just fantastic. I kind of studied cybersecurity going all the way back to college. So when I finished secondary school, I then went to college and did IT level 2 and level 3 just to get the basics of networking. After college, I went to university to do cybersecurity management, and that was at Bournemouth. So first time I heard about Cyberis, I got a call from a recruiter when I was at my old job, and then he started telling me, oh, I've got this job that does penetration testing, and I was really interested. So I was like, okay, cool, tell me more. So he told me about Cyberis, and what drew me to the company in the first place is how close and open everyone is with each other. And there's a great support structure and just amazing opportunities. Yeah, that was the main bit, which unfortunately my old role lacked, but Cyberis is absolutely fantastic. Like, I couldn't have asked for a better company to be with. And the main reason is because the company isn't huge. Like I said, there is a huge structure of support there. And even if I message the director, which is Jeff, he will reply to me, straight away. So the role involves essentially finding vulnerabilities in systems and then exploiting them and informing the client so they can secure their systems. So we get to, let's say on a weekly, day-to-day basis, we get to sit down, look at the system and learn about it, how it all works first. That's usually the basics. And then you look out for any known vulnerabilities and maybe anything that hasn't been found in the wild. So you kind of poke around the website, see what's broken, see if you can exploit it. If you can crash the server, can you do anything else with the server? Can you, pass it a command or throw files onto it? It's really exciting. The most fun about penetration testing is, I think, the thrill of finding a serious vulnerability in a system and successfully compromise the whole system. So let's say I do a penetration test of a web application and I upload a file, which is a web shell that allows me to run commands on the system. Most of the time, it's not going to work. But if it does work, it's just amazing because you just sat there like, oh my God, I just compromised the whole system. This is fantastic. What else can I do? And you do get that. You do get a little bit of adrenaline rush as well because you just did something that you're not really meant to. Like, we are authorized to do that, and that's our job. But the reality is you shouldn't really be able to get into a system. What I've learned in cybersecurity so far is that if something isn't working but the vulnerability does exist, you just got to try harder. That's you need to keep telling yourself. You need to try harder. You need to read a lot and keep up with the cyber news. So I've got quite a lot of books that cover previous vulnerabilities. And then the new ones, obviously, we've got our Teams chat that everyone posts new news and new vulnerabilities. So you just have to read and study. It sounds awful, but it really isn't. It really isn't, because you get to try it physically on your machine, and you can see it working. And then that way, that's how I learn. I just do things rather than reading, but you do have to read a lot. So tips for successful job interview: always kind of be honest as well, and do your research, not only about the job, but also about the people that are interviewing you. So when I had my interview at Cyberis, the first thing I did is looked up everyone's going to be interviewing me. And I kind of knew exactly what they do, what they did in the past, and maybe their interests as well. And the next thing is, when you do examinations, so they'll ask you technical questions. If you don't know an answer to a question, you shouldn't try to make it up. You just say, okay, actually, I don't know this. Just be honest with them, and then write it down on the piece of paper, what you didn't know. And then after the interview, go and research it, because they might ask you another question at the next interview.